So people want to know if Bees is coming back to California. The answer is probably no. And now I can finally back it up. I finally have somebody other than myself, somebody who's not a buster, can give you a legitimate reason why people are leaving LA and why you need to leave LA. This is a public service announcement to all my loved ones. Y'all need to get the hell out of LA. Just facts. I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not trying to say, because I ran, you need to run. But no, you need to run. You need to run far, far away. And, you know, I caught this episode, which was funny this morning. I woke up, and I'm into my Joe Rogan. I caught the Joe Rogan clip, and he has Royce Gracie. I don't know if you guys are familiar with who Royce Gracie is, but he's like a ninja. He is like a Mortal Kombat expert. He has fatalities. He's one of those. And when I heard that man say he has to leave LA, it spoke volumes. So we're gonna go ahead and do a review of this 6-minute portion about California needs to wake up. And I agree. It took me a while to leave. I had to take the shields off my eyes and the rose-colored glasses, the gangbanging-colored glasses, to see that, yeah, California is a horrible place to be right now. So let's run it up.
So, no kidding. When did you move there? I moved there about almost 2 years ago.
2 years ago,
he
left.
Decided to do that? I can see myself getting arrested if I was in California. Really? Oh, okay.
Let's stop right there. He said he could see himself getting arrested if he stays in California. If he stays in California, he very much can see a point in time where he could be
I'm not going back to jail.
in jail. I don't think that's because he's afraid for himself. He's afraid what he might do to somebody in California. Let's listen on. Let's go listen more.
California, people got so deep. I love California. Don't take me wrong.
I love California.
I think California is the best state in the world.
It was.
And I travel 8 months of the year. I love California, but the people over there, they just get on your face. It's like this, like this. It's my right to be here, okay? What are you gonna do about it? It's like, dude, it's my right to knock your teeth out. Oh my God, he's violent. Call the cops. Arrest him. It's like.
He said it's my right to knock your teeth out. I feel that sometimes, but like you said, with that comes jail time, and that's what none of us are looking for. Let's go on.
People's like disrespectful.
Disrespectful in California, very disrespectful.
It got weird, right? It's hard, and I love. Don't think I totally I can't say enough how much I love California.
We all loved California. We all loved it. Did it love us back is the question. I don't feel like it loved me
You can
back.
surf, ski, and spend the night in the desert on the same
climate
day.
is beautiful, and a lot of great people there too, but they've lost their fucking minds.
But the
Lost their
people
fucking
that live
minds.
there, man, it's like, and so, just to me, it's just disrespectful.
It's disrespectful.
Disrespectful
California is
means sort of,
disrespectful. Facts.
They've emboldened a lot of really stupid people.
Nobody's
that are,
gonna
like,
muscle
idiots.
Bees.
You know, and it's just the way they're dealing with the homeless situation is fucking insane.
Far too many
You know,
homeless.
they've
Far too many.
lost $24 billion that they can't account for. That was, is that what the
24
story is?
million
There's some
or billion?
controversy about $24 billion missing.
$24 billion missing for homeless?
So,
And we only have more
just saw
homeless?
something on the trip, and I called my son, and I was like, dude, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out. So all the kids are grown, so.
I gotta get my kids the fuck out of there.
Different location.
I left everybody behind in Sodom and Gomorrah.
Florida. So here it is. California spent $24 billion tackling homelessness over 5 years. but
24
didn't
million.
track if the money
Billion.
was helping the state's growing number of unhoused
Billion.
people.
With a B, billion. 24
So
billion.
they spent $24 billion and they can't figure out what the fuck it did.
They can't figure out where 24 billion went in
It's
California.
ridiculous. And it's not getting better at all. It's getting worse. Every time I go back there, I'm like, oh God, it's worse. And I only go back like once a year now. I go back once a year.
I love it.
I never want to go back.
It's better. I would love to move back, but
Royce wants to go back.
yeah,
It's not gonna get better
I have
for
a
a
whole.
long time. It's gonna take generations.
I used to.
What? Now, listen to that, what Joe just said right there. Royce Gracie is hopeful. He says, hey, I love California. It is my home. I hope to God we can make it better. I hope to God it gets better. Joe put his head down, chin to chest. He said it's not getting better. Straight up. He told Royce Gracie, the martial arts king, I know you mastered a lot of things and you know elbow grips and all that. You've mastered a lot of fuck shit. Bro, California is not getting better. That's word to Joe Rogan. He said it will take a couple generations. Do you know what a couple generations is? A couple generations means your children's children's children. That means California won't be right until your children's children's children are born. Now, I'm not saying that's fact. Everything Joe Rogan says is fact. I'm saying it's a pretty good prediction, in my opinion, that, yeah, you might want to get out of there now. If we're talking about it won't be right until your children's children's children, you might as well go somewhere where you can live comfortably for the next 3 generations, and we'll migrate back to California when it's ready for us. But at this time, it's going to be my children's children's children. It's going to be another 100 years before we can fix that. Yeah, I'm going to make my move to the Royce Gracie Academy in Central Florida. That's where he went.
Joke with people and say I'm front line of resistance. But yeah, he got to a point. It's like,
Yeah.
it's too out of control.
Well, it's also crazy things are happening. Like, a guy got arrested because someone broke into his house and he shot the guy, and they arrested him. Like, okay, you can't even defend yourself in your own home. Like, what is the fucking point?
No
What's the
amendment
point of the
rights.
Second Amendment?
No amendment
Having
rights.
a firearm,
The second
isn't
one,
it
yeah.
To protect your family?
That's the second
Are we
amendment.
supposed to assume that someone who's willing to break into your home violently, that person's not going to harm you? You got to call the police? How long is the police going to take to get there? What if
Stop.
you have a family?
So in California, what Joe is explaining, if somebody breaks into your house where your children are at, you do not have the right to use deadly force, to shoot or kill them. This man was defending somebody that broke into his house. He protected his family, or his single, if he's his own family, but he protected himself, and he was arrested and taken to jail for somebody breaking into his house and him thwarting him. Now, I can't say where I'm staying. You have the right to stand your ground. We've actually seen this in recent years where you can stand your ground out here against a pack of Skittles and you can walk free. That may sound bad because the example's terrible, but it's actually a great story. I can defend myself anywhere I'm at. I can stand my ground. I can pull my pistol and blow you away. And that's a beautiful feeling. It feels almost un-American when I tell you that, but do you know California is the only state, well, it's probably not the only state, it's the only state I know that doesn't respect your Second Amendment rights. You do not have the right to bear arms in California. And when you do have the right to bear arms, the things you have to go to. Do you know in Houston right now, if you have a ID card, you can buy any gun you want. You can literally buy any gun you want in Houston. I'm not in Houston right now, but I did travel, and I did have a friend who was going to buy me a pistol because I did not have my ID. And it turned out that with a simple ID, you can buy a gun anywhere. They respect your Second Amendment rights. It's crazy now to be in other states where I recently went to jail and I got my car out of the impound, and I was scared that they may have confiscated my weapon, only to find that the police had put my weapon perfectly right next to the clip. Yes, the .380 and the clip were placed right there for me. They have no problems with guns. They actually prefer that you're armed and you stand your ground. They probably don't want to be bothered. Unlike the LAPD, there's 24 billion missing, and we can't solve the mystery. We got a lot of people on the force, a lot of homeless people. We need a task force to find 24 billion in homeless dollars. Let's continue.
Family. What if you have children? What if you have a wife? You're supposed to just let this person break into your house?
You can't do anything about it.
It's insane because
That's
they're hiring the most insane district attorneys, and they're making it easier and easier for people to get out of jail who've committed violent crimes. I mean, they've lost their fucking minds. And I don't know how it comes back. Other than they have to get some hardcore Republican governor who starts cleaning things up and just cuts back on all the ways to cut.
Joe says
back on all
Republicans are the
bullshit and
answer.
Just put their foot down.
It's going to take a long time, but I have hope. Well, that's beautiful.
I
got time. I got plenty of time. I'm not going anywhere.
I hope that you're right, but I don't have that much hope. I just see they're indoctrinated into this liberal ideology, and they just believe that this is the only way to think and behave. And until it bites them in the ass, I've met a lot of people there that I knew that were really hardcore liberals who've now completely turned around. And now they're Republican. And now they moved out. They moved to Tennessee. They moved to Florida. They moved to Texas. And like,
Florida, Texas, Tennessee. These are all places I've been, and I can speak from personal experience. It's way over Cali. It's way over Cali. I don't know what the illusion is or what 90s movie you guys are still living in, but it's dead. It's over. And you'd have to get away just long enough to give yourself time to look back at old Sodom and Gomorrah and see this is a city on fire. The city is burning down. You might not even need to look back. Just get out of there. Don't turn into a pillar of salt. Let's continue.
no. I see where this is going.
But then it's like, sometimes I keep thinking, what's the end game? What's the goal?
What's the goal?
For the people that are doing this?
What's the goal?
Well, the real question is who's funding it?
More power?
It's not even necessarily
More power.
Money? You see, it's like,
Who
what's
needs
the
more
end? What's
power?
the goal?
It's very confusing, but I think generally there are people that are funding this that want to see Western society collapse.
Agreed.
Like my daughter was going to school in University of Vermont. Beautiful for there.
He said University of Vermont. It sounds like University of Vermont.
Be closer to us. It's like so people doing all these protests against American army.
Yeah.
Against, it's like she's like, we have a son. One of my sons is in the army, and
Yeah, this part gets a little boring, but pretty much he's saying his kids don't even like it out here no more. His kids hate California. They hate going to college and having to hear everybody's woke ideology. They're over it. The Gracies are done. And I'm done. I'm from the city where the original Gracie Academy was built in Great Oak, Torrance, California. And if Royce Gracie's fed up, and I know he can hit you niggas with fatalities, I'm okay leaving. You guys say, hey, he's scary, whatever, he ran. Hey, no, I am running from a dead end. I am running in the direction of life, and you guys are walking down a trail that leads to hell.
Violence. It's not violence. Violence is violence, you fucking idiots.
my God, so she had her over there. She spent 1 year. She's like,
Silence is not violence. Violence is violence, motherfucker.
trash.
Silence is me trying to be violent, motherfucker. What the fuck you mean silence is violence?
Teacher.
And their political beliefs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she'd get up and leave class. And say,
Yeah.
She's like, I had it. I'm done. I'm moving. I was like, all right, let's go.
We're moving. The Gracies. We out of here.